Edition of the Farmer's Almanac predicts a cold winter ahead for Texas. It could be pretty wet, too. But just how accurate are these predictions? 25 News reporter Caleb Chevalier takes a closer look.
The Farmer's Almanac has been a bookshelf staple for decades, but can the accuracy of its winter forecast match its popularity? It's been in publication for over 2 centuries, and perhaps its most well-known feature is the Winter Outlook. The 2022 edition was just released, and for Texas, they offer this description: chilled to the bone, with near-normal precipitation. On the surface, that sounds like good news for Texans who don't want a repeat of last February.
My house was one of the only ones on the block that didn't lose power or water, and so we actually kind of became a refugee house. We had several people staying over.
The thought of having to go through something like that again would understandably make some people nervous, but not so much for Baylor student Eddie LUNN.
It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for me, personally, but I hope it doesn't get to that level that it did last year, at least.
Snow lovers and winter Grinches alike may turn to the Farmer's Almanac to see what is in store for this winter. The problem is that the forecasts offer little to no value. Shoveling snow in the plains happens every year. Mixed precipitation in the southeast, that's a no-brainer. The Almanac is able to disguise accuracy through vague and generic descriptions.
I would definitely consider that, more of just a vague prediction than anything that you can scientifically rely on.
The Almanac's website says they are not expecting another disastrous event for Texas this winter, but that's fairly easy for them to say when historic storms by nature don't happen very often. In the unlikely scenario that we do have to stare down another Arctic blast, Luke TWADDELL says he'll be more prepared.
And definitely have more non-perishable food items in the cabinet this winter than I would have last winter.
Forecasting aside, there's an appreciation for the tips and stories in the book, which has made it a popular seller for all these years. Specifics are next to impossible to predict months in advance, but the Climate Prediction Center does offer a more reliable look at odds for temperature and precipitation for the weeks and months ahead. All of that can be found on the CPC's website. So while it's far too early to say if we'll have any kind of extreme weather events this winter, you can trust the First Alert 25 weather team to guide you through any winter storm that comes our way. In Waco, Caleb Chevalier, 25 News.